Mateo, it's so great to see you.
Good to see you too.
Thanks for coming back to visit El Sistema.
No problem, it's good to be back.
And I'm just so excited to talk to you today about your journey in music, and maybe we can start with going way back about your family life and music. How did that all start?
Of course, so going way back, this has to be at least maybe around 8 years ago when I first learned about the program.
Well, how about before that?
Even before that, sure. I grew up here in London, of course. I was born and raised here, always have been. My parents, they are immigrants from Colombia, both from different parts. They met here. Dad went first to the United States, mom came straight here. Overall, they were pretty new to the country. They didn't have much when they first came. My mom was a single mom until she had me. It was just us on our own. Until my dad came in the picture, he wanted to help us out. He wanted to do everything for us. So overall, it just came down to us three fighting for what we needed, because we were pretty new here. We didn't have much. We were living on such small things, and we had to get by. Until we started growing, we started continuing to keep our heads up, getting jobs, looking for more opportunities in school and all that. Eventually, my parents found an opportunity here. For my sisters, mainly, they were looking for my sisters. My sisters were highly interested in El Sistema and music in general. They loved it. And as you can tell, my sister is on the violin, and my other sister on the cello. So when I first heard of El Sistema, I was quite curious. I was quite curious when they first told me about it. For my sisters, mainly, I came here. They decided to put me in for an interview. I did the interview. I was immediately interested in the cello. Immediately, my sisters went straight to the violin. I didn't think much of it. I didn't think much of it at all back then. But as I grew on it, I continued to love it more and more each time I played the cello. Each time I played it, each time I had a concert with El Sistema. And the opportunities just kept coming and going, just on its way. I took advantage of every single one I wanted to. All the different artists you guys provided us with, choirs, big events at the Aeolian, at Centennial Hall as well. I've had many opportunities with El Sistema and everything. And it just didn't stop there. More opportunities came in. A couple years go by. I joined the program maybe 2014, 2015. Maybe 3 years go by. I started to play the piano with your own students who taught me. Very successful. I loved it as well, and I hope to continue it in university as well.
You have to.
I have to.
You have to get your grade 6.
Of course I do, yes. Not as a mandatory,
I can help you with that.
For sure, of course. But either way, after piano, after teaching or learning from your students, I didn't want to stop there, and it didn't stop there at all. Bruce Holday came into the program with a Winds and Brass program, and immediately once I heard that, I took advantage. I pounced on the opportunity. I started with the flute. Once I started with the flute, I just gained a specific love for the two different categories. I was always on strings. I was always on piano and strings, and that's what I stuck with for about 5 years. From there, I just got to see so many new sides of music when I went to Winds and Brass, and the flute really opened that up for me. And because of the flute, I got to meet more people. I got to meet more different types of music, different types of teachers as well. So, of course, it doesn't stop there either. A couple years go by, Bruce asked the whole program, who wants to play the oboe? Who wants to play the oboe? We had an oboe and a bassoon coming in, and those were the only ones.
And that was a miracle, just so you know.
That was, yeah.
They were expensive.
It sure was, yeah. And that's where it all began for me. Instantly heard oboe, and the curiosity in me told me, do it. Grab that instrument and start playing it. Do the best you can. So I did. And as soon as that happened, another miracle came in. Jessica Arenas, straight out of Colombia as well, one of the best oboists I've learned from. She came into the program, immediately had one-on-ones with me. I was the only oboist. She was helping me, obviously, the most she can. And obviously how convenient. She was from Colombia as well, so it worked out. And she was pretty new, right? So no English for her. And so I helped her out on that part as well. But I was her first student in Canada. I was her first student, and at the moment she's gone so far that she's getting her master's. She's working under Shelley Huron, who's my teacher at the University as well as Western. So again, we've both come so far, but either way, Jessica helped me so much, and I give all my credit to her from the beginning. But it didn't stop there either. As soon as I learned from Jessica, I needed to keep going. I continued to work on the oboe. Even once COVID hit and everything was shut down, I was determined to keep practicing at home, online classes, everything with Jessica over the phone, or just simply watching YouTube videos, as we all do sometimes. Simply watching YouTube videos on how to play a specific song that caught my attention the other day. And at the end of the day, it was just something I wanted to continue. I found a love for the oboe that I necessarily didn't have for all the other instruments. I love the cello, I love the flute, and I love the piano, and I don't want to let them go. But the oboe was my future, and I could tell that as soon as the oboe came into the program.
So when I was 13, I knew I wanted to do music.
Yeah.
What happened that this is the direction you want to go, do you think? Like, I mean, you obviously love music, but you probably had other choices, right?
For sure I did, yeah. Once, like I said, when I first started the program, I didn't think much about it. Didn't think much about it. It was mainly for my sisters. I was doing it as a side. But again, more and more, I found out that it kept just coming easy to me, easier than most things. And I said, this is not common. This is not something that just happens, right? This is something that because I grew such a love for it so quickly compared to other things I do, soccer, art. It just came so quickly and so fast to me that I really noticed that there was something else behind it. There was more to it behind it when I was playing. There was a love to it that I had specifically for the oboe when I first got to it. But overall with music, when I first got to this program, I just knew that I had to continue because I could not let it go. This program was a lesson.
That's a very curious thing for me because, you know, not every kid gets the opportunity, right?
Sure thing.
And wouldn't necessarily know that they might love it. What do you think we should do about that?
That's a tough one because, again, I know a lot of people don't have these types of opportunities, and I'm forever grateful that I got the opportunity, especially with so many things.
Well, we feel privileged to have given it to you.
Yeah, no, and I'll forever be grateful, and I want to keep giving back to the program for as long as I can as well. But as for other people getting the opportunity, I really think we should encourage people to do it because it's honestly a program that can really help people out. It's given me my whole future ahead of me, and I know that it can for others as well. So really, I believe that we should encourage it for all more people. We should really start promoting it more because this is a program that can really help people and can really push people into what they want to do, discover new things that they want to do. Because me, before, I had no idea I wanted to do music until I got to this program. And here I am, accepted to more than 3 universities. My whole life ahead of me is on this oboe.
So tell me about that. So you got into university at Western, and where else?
So at Western, Laurier, and McMaster University.
Yeah. Amazing.
Sure.
So what do you think it's going to be like the next 4 years?
That is a good question. I'm definitely expecting a lot of things. It's not going to be easy. I know that I have to work extremely hard for it, and I'm prepared for that, motivated for it as well, more than ever. But overall, I think if I put the effort I put into this program and everything, I've been committed almost 5 to 6 years, most likely. So again, I just have to put that same mentality, keep a strong mentality throughout university. But overall, I think it should be a good time for me. I think as long as I keep my head up high, focus on what needs to be done, practice every single day, I think it should be a good time for me in the next 4 years.
I think it will because I know the new dean really well, and he is quite amazing. He has a great vision for the faculty, and he's assembled this amazing progressive team of young people that I think are really balancing that pursuit of excellence with the idea of well-being, like looking after the kids, right? Like making sure that it's not all just about music at the sacrifice of your life, basically, because it can get like that in this industry, I'll tell you.
Definitely.
So you're going to have a blast, I can tell you that, and you're going to meet lots of great people, and we hope that you'll come back regularly and visit and get a chance maybe to play with us. And but what about after that? What do you think?
After everything, I've been a person to have my plans straight out forward and everything, and have everything just laid out for myself. I'd like to have that. So what I've thought to have for myself after I've accomplished everything I wanted to, I do hope to become a music teacher. That has always been my goal. Again, even before music, I wanted to be a teacher. Before all that, teacher was my priority. But
How come?
Just the thought of being able to pass down what I know to other students is just kind of inspiring for me. Just being able to have that that type of mentality to show students, to show whoever's below me, showing them what I know, passed down from the great mentors I had above me as well. For example, Jessica, Ian Franklin, who has practiced with us, you, John, everything from such great teachers, I can pass down from myself to other students. And with how successful I got from you guys, hopefully I can make others as successful as I was and try and want to be.
So what about performing though?
Performing. Well, for sure, I've gotten a lot of experience with El Sistema, plenty of it. Choir, oboe, piano, cello, plenty of it. So hopefully I can find myself a couple orchestras to participate with in the future. I know right now I'm with the London Youth Symphony. I'm applying for them right now at least. And hopefully by university I can have at least another orchestra. I want to be in at least 2 to gain that experience, because I know in the future it's a lot of performances I'm going to have and just be able to put myself out there, because performances really are an opportunity for just a musician itself to present itself, really show themselves into the world and everything, and give more opportunities for themselves as well. Because
what do you think else does performance teach you? Like, I mean, there's the musical aspect of it, right?
For sure, yeah. Well, performance really gives you a good build-up, if that makes sense. A good build-up as in, you know, you have the experience with the nerves being on stage. You have a good, it depends also if you're playing with orchestras, if you're playing solo, but it doesn't matter, because as long as you play with orchestras and have the experience with it, you are going to be able to make friendships, you're going to make connections with other musicians up there, and that will just keep expanding you and keep sending you off into more performances as well.
So, getting up to perform the first time, what was that like for you?
Well, in 2015, it's hard to think. I was maybe 12 years old, so it was definitely a rush for a 12-year-old, at the Aeolian Hall specifically, because that's when our concerts were at the time. It definitely was a rush for me. I definitely felt so excited that I gotten a chance to be up there doing something, right? Because again, at 12 years old, I wasn't really able to do much. I was just in karate lessons and that's it. And then this program really gave me the opportunity to have a try at something else. And from there I went, but it definitely was a special type of rush and an opportunity to just being able to stand up at the Aeolian, sing, play my cello as well for the first time, even though it was maybe Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. It was still a very, very nice experience as a 12-year-old. And then from there I just kept going. Like again, I had multiple experiences at the Aeolian, lots of performances there.
So do you think like being able to kind of stand up in front of people and play music has helped you with any other aspects of your life?
I really think it does. Again, besides the music performances, I've had to do public speeches as well, and I think if I haven't done those music performances, I would not be able to stand in front of a stage of so many people, because again, I've had to stand up on stages in front of a lot of people. And if it wasn't for all the performances I've done with you guys at the Aeolian, here, wherever it is, I don't think I would be able to actually have the courage to go anywhere and perform or speak or whatever the matter is. But I think that's also another ability I acquired here that really helped me out. And
I can relate to that because
Yeah.
I do a lot of public speaking. I've done a TED Talk, and I think that playing in public really helped me to be able to stand up in front of people.
It really breaks the ice right there for wherever you're going in the future or in the present.
So here you are, you're launched into the world, you're a teacher now, you're in the classroom. What then?
What then? It's certainly something I have to get used to, of course. Teaching right now to other kids my own age can be a little bit difficult, just because, again, I'm friends with a lot of the people here at the program, but I certainly do want to get the professional feeling that I'm the teacher. I want to be able to show them what I know, pass down experience, let them have a little bit insight of my knowledge on what I'm teaching them, give them background as well. Giving background is always what I like to do. I like to educate them on what they're playing as well. But again, what now is basically trying to keep it professional at such a small age. I guess I'm only 17, so it is really nice to being able to just come here and teach and have the practice, for example, because once I've acquired what I want to be, professor, teacher, whatever it is, I think right now is really gonna come back to me. What I'm doing right now is really just gonna come back and help me out, because I know a lot of people don't get to start teaching until maybe they're in their 20s and starting placements that they get from university. So I think it is really nice to be able to be here and have the experience.
So you're 5 years into your teaching career. Let's say you started out and you're doing, I don't know, high school music.
Again, I've thought about it, and as a high school student as well, I think it would actually be pretty exciting because I know a lot of kids right now that are into music, and it's starting to grow on a lot more people. So in the future, hopefully, I just have this whole classroom in front of me. I'm teaching my theory, my orchestral excerpts right there. Hopefully, everyone is enjoying it. I'm having a good time teaching them, but I'm being professional. I'm being who I want to be up there, the teacher I want to be, because I know there's so many different types of teachers. There's the laid-back teachers, there's the strict ones. I want to be all of them. I want to be the fun one. I want to be
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
Be the teacher for who's in front of you,
Exactly.
right? They're all so different. The class as a whole and each individual as well.
For sure.
That's a really good observation. And what a great vision you have. A very noble vision for the future and very passionate. I'm so excited for you, and we're going to have another conversation once you get your feet wet at the Faculty of Music at Western, and I want to see how that's going for you.
Sounds good.
Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today, and I wish you the very best in your journey.
Thank you, and thank you for having me here as well. It was really good to be here. Thank you.
All right. Take care.
You too.